According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, it costs more than $233,000 to raise a child from birth to age 17. So how much does it take to raise a show calf from birth to maturity? These young people are learning that it's quite a bit cheaper than raising a child. That's just one of the many lessons these young men and women learn by showing calves. At the 6th Annual Louisiana Farm Bureau Young Farmers and Ranchers Livestock Show, 111 young juniors showed off 216 calves, all vying for the belt buckle that shows they won it all. YF&R Committee Chair Amelia says the lessons learned leading up to an event like this are where young people benefit the most.
Responsibility in terms of those kids learning and caring for their cattle. There's a sense of competition and personal efforts to put forth in a competitive nature, not only with your calves against other cattle, but yourself against other kids. But to take it a step further, the whole process of raising cattle for exhibition, for showing, instills in these youth exhibitors the knowledge needed to think about selective genetics, think about nutritional requirements, think about that whole process of raising an animal.
Events like this take it a step further than some other livestock shows. That's because the men and women hosting this event were showing cattle of their own just a few years ago.
The interaction from young farmers and ranchers in their 20s and 30s to those teenagers who very well could follow in our footsteps is an excellent opportunity for those kids to establish a network relative to maybe mentors, peers, resources in their futures.
By the way, 216 cattle breaks the record set last year for the number of cattle shown at the YF&R Livestock Show. Oh, and if you're wondering how much it costs to raise a show calf to maturity, the University of Wisconsin did a study on that 4 years ago and determined that the total cost is about $363.
Yeah, that's way cheaper than raising a child,
well,
I can assure you. But I have a feeling that you're going to say that 300-something bucks is not what Butch Oaks spent on your show calf.
Well, I'm going to say I don't have any experience in raising a child. I don't have any idea how much it costs, but I can tell you that it is not cheap to raise a calf.
How much would you spend?
I can't tell you that.
Well, I mean, like the feed, tell me about, feed bills and that sort of thing.
Well, that was something that Dad did pay, so I don't know exactly. I just know that it was not cheap.
Dad, here's the bill.
And it was a lot of hard work.
Oh,
that was a good point in the story, though. That was a lot of work. A lot of hours spent in that show barn.
It was great seeing them there, though. You really, the poise that comes through whenever they're leading the cattle around and getting them to do what they want them to do and groom them and everything, it shows that it builds character.
And I saw that you had some kids there with you. How did they enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I had Logan there, my little one-year-old, and he enjoyed playing in the dirt. He really enjoyed playing in the dirt, and he kept trying to get in things that look like dirt but aren't really dirt, and I tried to keep him away from that. But
well, you're going to have to invest in your own little show calf and see how much it costs.
Yeah, I got to buy a farm
first. Put it in your backyard.
After I buy the farm.
But you can put it in the backyard.
Well, still to come on Twyla, we'll have an egg breakfast for you ready and waiting.
Now, this really is a tease, Avery, because it's an egg breakfast promoting the people who bring us the eggs. We'll see what's sunny side up coming up next.